Hang on one second. Okay. Talk again. I gotta check my hearing.
Okay, yeah, I'll check your hearing.
Buds.
Check.
Okay.
Mic check.
I think I'm in line.
Yeah,
Mic check.
Mic check. Jeff
Pilot,
check.
co-pilot.
Dan
okay
check.
for launch.
Everybody check.
You checked? Are we okay for launch?
Check. Double check. Triple check.
Let's go. Double check. Triple check. Triple
All
sec.
right, let's go. All right, triple sec. That figures.
Triple
you
sec.
bartender, you. You bartender, you.
Yes,
All right.
indeed.
Yes.
How was your day there, Dan? So far.
Oh, so far it's been a day. Yeah, it's all right.
Malpropisms. Oh, Lord.
Malpropisms.
Oh, Lord.
Malpropisms. I'm not sure.
Malapropisms. Okay. A new vocabulary word, Very interesting, because I was thinking about new vocabulary today, actually. I learned a new vocabulary word also when I was considering if I'm an introvert or an extrovert, right?
Oh, okay.
Because I like to be.
I thought you were a pervert.
No. There's no. It has nothing to do with that. Introvert is to be kind of enjoy spending time with yourself. I do enjoy that, right? Extrovert is to enjoy spending time with people. I enjoy both, right? There is a word for that. Do you know what it is? Kind of half and half. You're halfway down the middle, right? You're somewhat extroverted, somewhat introverted, right? Which I am. We're all a little bit of both.
Androvert. No.
No. Ambivert, actually. AMBI.
Ambivert. Okay.
Ambivert, like ambidextrous.
Right. Okay.
You can kind of use both hands, right? I'm a little bit ambidextrous too. I can sweep with my right hand being the forceful one, or my left hand, right? I can shovel snow ambidextrously.
Just avert.
Just avert, yeah. That's it. Just avert.
Yeah.
We're just verts.
Yeah.
I am truly an ambivert.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. I think I am to a certain extent. I think I don't think it's totally balanced. I think I'm more introverted than extroverted.
Introverted. Okay. Yeah.
Which I think is why. I mean,
I think which is why you love doing these broadcasts.
I think so, because
your extroverted side likes these broadcasts.
But the introverted side likes the fact that there's nobody around me. I don't, I'm kind of insulated from my audience, so that allows my introvert to feel more comfortable while appealing to my extrovert side. Yes, I guess.
Yeah. No, that's true. So you wouldn't be able. Would you feel comfortable doing this in a room full of people?
Well, I mean,
having a talk.
It depends on the
because I know you're not really one for giving presentations and whatnot at academic conferences and such.
Right. Yeah.
You have, of course.
Yeah, I have.
It's not something you really love to do.
Yeah, it's not. It's not my favorite thing to do. But I mean, it depends. I like to be very, very well prepared, and so things like when I was in high school, I was always on the drama team. I always did the high school plays and things like that. In fact, I was in the community theater in our town, performed plays in front of the public and so on.
Yeah, I did a fair amount of acting also. Yeah. In college, especially. Not much in high school, more in college. Yeah.
But with that, when you're doing a play, you know exactly what you're going to say. It's all, it's just a matter of remembering what you're going to say.
Exactly. Whereas and where you're going to move, basically.
Right. Yeah, and whereas coming up with
you're almost sheltered, aren't you, in your own little role there?
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. There's no uncertainty about what's the appropriate thing to say, what's the appropriate response. It's all been scripted, right? In the same way, we're both professors at universities, and again, we go into the classroom, and I'm the expert, at least in my classroom domain there, I am the expert there to give share knowledge with my students, and again, I know what the lesson plan is. I know what I'm going to do. I'm not worried about, what's the appropriate response to something like that. If a student has a question, I can answer the questions generally and so on. But yeah, in a social situation that's less structured, like making small talk, I don't enjoy that.
I know you don't. Because
Because
I've been at small parties with you in the past, and kind of, where everybody's talking and chatting and carrying on. You're kind of more on the quiet side, which is fine. I mean, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're all different,
Yeah.
So you tend to stick with one person to talk to them.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. I'll, and
Sure.
yeah. So, I'm slow to get to know new people. And then, once I get to know somebody, then it's okay. But yeah, I'm slow to get to know new people, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it. We're all different people, of course, right? And that's what makes life interesting.
It is.
So what are some of your malapropisms?
All right.
Malapropis. Yeah, I see that. A verbal blunder in which one word is replaced by another similar in sound but different in meaning. Wow.
Right. So
Okay.
the word malpropism comes from the French mal à propos, means not appropriate.
Oh, okay.
All right. Note that the root word. So mal means ill or bad, right? We know that. Yeah. I'm a shy extrovert. Yeah. Shy extrovert. Okay,
Yeah, right.
Cool.
Shy extrovert. Hey, that's interesting. We were just talking about introverts and extroverts.
Yeah.
Right? That's an example.
Yeah.
Yeah. A good example of a malapropism is Yogi Berra. Remember the baseball player Yogi Berra?
Yeah.
Said Texas has a lot of electrical votes.
That's right.
Rather than a lot of electoral votes.
That's right. That's right.
Good example.
Here's one.
I'm fading into Bolivian.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. That's good old Mike. Yeah. He is a better boxer than he is locutor. Anyway.
Oblivion. Yeah, I've heard like, would a blatant mistake kind of be yep, a colleague of ours once noted that she preferred decapitated coffee. Oh
Yep.
No, we need coffee with their heads on, please. No,
I've been drinking I've been drinking decapitated coffee lately. Yeah.
Listen, there's no way I would ever touch a decapitated coffee.
Yeah.
Nor will I touch decaffeinated coffee.
Oh, really? Yeah. That's the way I used to be, but I found that lately, today for the first time,
this is my caffeinated coffee, my friend.
Yeah. Okay. Today, for the first time in a long time, I had a regular cup of caffeinated coffee. For a long time now, I've been.
That's why you're so lively today, Dan.
That's it. That's right. Yep. Sorry. I got my energy on. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to ask, would a blatant mistake be considered a malapropism? For example, I think so. I know a lot of people. Yeah, when they talk about nuclear things, nuclear waste or nuclear accidents, they stick an extra U in there. Nuclear waste.
Yeah,
right?
nuclear
waste.
But I think that's not really a malapropism, because that's not an actual word.
That's a blatant mistake, right? And that's what I was just trying to get at. So it has to be a word, yeah.
Yeah.
Incorrect word in place of a word with a similar sound.
Right. So that it has some kind of, phonetically or something. It's similar to the word, so it seems like it. Of course, by meaning, of course, it's completely wrong. Like the Pacific Ocean, right? Yeah.
I like the Pacific Ocean. Hey, that's one. That works. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Sailed over the Pacific Ocean. Yay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another friend claimed her boyfriend took her for granted. Yeah, I've heard those before. I've heard that before. Yeah.
There was a guy, Norm Crosby. You remember Norm Crosby?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Cheers, was it? Yeah.
No.
No,
Norm Crosby.
Norm Crosby, yeah.
Norm was on Cheers, but I don't know what his last name was. Yeah, Norm Crosby. Yeah. He was a comedian, and one of his gimmicks was malpropisms. He would get up and do a whole thing, and just his story would just be full of malpropisms. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you don't remember him.
Then
Yeah.
there's always not so much, not
Mm,
really, but
mm.
you know, there's always the little ones like for all. Because when I was a kid, I couldn't figure out what they were saying for a while when you would say all intents and purposes. Yeah,
Oh yeah. All intensive purposes.
for all in those, yeah, intensive purposes or intensive porpoises, or all for all those intense
How about this one?
purposes.
You've been drinking a lot of wine here lately. Aren't you afraid of sea roaches of the liver?
That's a good one. Yeah, I kind of cut back on wine a little bit
Oh,
lately. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, me too.
That's a good
I've
one
cut
though.
back on
That's great.
beer. I've supplanted my beer drinking with tequila. So I figure that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you might have sea roaches of the liver pretty soon then
yeah,
too.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, and
Yeah, that's a good one. That
here's
is.
the more
Yeah.
health related ones.
Hospital
Old
sightings have included old timers disease.
instead
Ah,
of Alzheimer's disease.
Alzheimer's. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Prostrate,
Prostrate cancer. I've heard that one a million times, right?
prostrate,
Yeah.
yeah,
Prostrate cancer,
yeah,
so
prostrate,
prostate
yeah.
cancer. Yeah.
Chicken pops.
Chicken pops.
The next two I'd never heard.
Smiling mighty
Smiling
Jesus.
Spinal
I've never
meningitis.
heard that one
Whoops.
either. Spinal meningitis. No.
Sorry about that. I went too fast. There we go. And
Yeah.
65 roses.
No, there's one more on there. Quit cold duck, was it? Was that the next page? Okay.
That was the next page.
65 roses.
Yeah.
Cystic fibrosis.
Okay. 65. Yeah, oh, my mother is
These are
suffering from cystic,
yeah,
65 roses.
roses. These are mistakes that kids mostly make, right? Learning the language, I think, learning what the phrase is, right?
Maybe.
Once you learn the phrase, then you got it. Once you see it spelled out, then you got it, right?
Right, yeah, but old timers disease, I mean, that's one that, I mean, yeah, I suppose that could be, but or prostrate, prostrate,
prostrate cancer. Yeah.
Yeah,
Those are good ones.
yeah.
Man. That's the funny ones. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because I was thinking about talking about like what makes us proficient in a second language, and you must have felt my vibe. I was thinking about doing a language related one here coming up here, and
Cool.
you felt it, yeah. Mental pause.
Mental pause. Yeah, it's terrible when women
Menopause.
go through mental pause. Yeah,
Yeah, but you go through mental pause. I guess they do
So-
go through
so
both.
you said
Right? When they go through
you
menopause,
quit-
they go through mental pause.
So you quit drinking wine, cold duck. You quit drinking cold duck.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I quit drinking cold turkey.
Yeah.
I quit smoking cold turkey.
You quit smoking cold. All right, there you go. She couldn't have a sexually transmitted disease because despite a recent falling down, both she and her husband were unfailingly monotonous. Are you and your wife completely monotonous, Jeff?
Yeah, and monogamous.
Yeah,
I got
sure.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Uh-huh. Got to say that on camera. I know. Yeah. Okay.
How about you?
Absolutely monotonous.
Then there was the gastrointestinal patient apparently got confused on the spectrum. Wow.
It had all the colors of the rectum.
Wow.
All the colors of the rectum. Yeah. That's
now we're getting a little bit crude.
Here are some more malapropisms. All real.
Okay.
All right. So in Venice, the people travel around the canals in gorgonzolas.
That's where they get that wonderful cheese from.
So obviously it should be gondolas, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Here's the next one. I took up aerobics to help maintain my well-propositioned figure. Yeah.
Kind of propositions. Yeah.
Of course, they should be proportioned. My well-proportioned figure, right? Yeah. The only surefire way to avoid teenage pregnancy is through abstinence. Yep. If she's obstinate enough, then there'll never be a pregnancy, right? Yeah. Yeah.
That's right.
Abstinence, of course, is the word there. Senators are chosen as committee chairman on the basis of senility. Seniority, right? Yeah, okay.
That's kind of a distant match. I don't know if you would actually make. Would you actually make that mistake? That's kind of too different, isn't it?
The fun and excitement of childhood are nothing compared to the fun and excitement of adultery.
Yeah. Adulthood, yeah.
Adulthood, right? Yeah, but yeah. Fun and excitement of adultery. Yeah, there's truth in that statement. Yeah. Anyway, too many Americans lead a sedimentary life.
Sedentary, yeah.
Sedentary, yep. Who do you think you are? Some kind of hexagon of virtue?
That's an interesting one.
So it should be.
I guess that they said it was 100% true.
Who said it's 100% true?
And at the beginning, didn't they? They said it's. Hang on a second. Oh, someone's at the door. Hang on.
Okay. Yeah. Who do you think you are? Some kind of hexagon of virtue? So of course, instead of hexagon, it should be paragon of virtue, right? Hexagon, paragon, they're pretty close there. A paragon of virtue, which of course I am. Yeah. Paragon of virtue. What a piece of work is a man. How noble in reason, how infinite in form and faculty. How in form and moving, how express and admirable. In action, how like an angel, in apprehension, how like a god. The beauty of the world, the paragon of animals, right? Man, teach me some life lessons. Okay, Curios Senpai. Hyperdub. Oh, I've got Twitch people on here. Jeez, okay.
In addition to Malpropism, there's also Spoonerism. Did you look that one up?
Nope. I found enough stuff here. These are the ones I really wanted to get to. This is the highlight, I think, here.
From politicians, great. Let's go for it.
So the first one, this is unparalleled in the state's history.
Unparalleled, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Gib Lewis, Texas Speaker of the House. Yeah. Anyway, then the next one, just as good. Republicans understand the importance of bondage between a mother and child.
Bonding. He actually said that. Okay.
Yeah, these are all.
He said a few. He had a few faux pas there.
Here's the champion. I'm surprised, frankly, at the amount of distrust that exists in this town. I'm sorry it's the case, and I'll work hard to try to elevate it.
Elevate the distrust. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. That's cool. Yeah.
States are lavatories of innovation. Texas has it shared. I mean,
lavatories of innovation. They are,
and the first one there, the Gib,
Gib something. I don't know the Gib person, but
and Bush. The Bushes are from Texas. Yeah, Texas does more than it's shared, isn't it? Yeah,
they do.
He was a man of great stature. A man of great stature.
He's a great statue. And he looks like a statue. Mayor of Boston. Okay.
Yeah. The police are not here to create disorder. They're here to preserve disorder.
preserve disorder. That's like elevating. What was it? Disorder. Yeah.
Yeah.
Elevating. What was it? Distrust. That was it.
Elevating. What was that?
Yeah, the Bush elevating distrust. There's so much distrust in this town. I'm here to elevate it.
I'm here to elevate it. What was it?
Instead of
I'll work hard
alleviate.
to try to elevate it. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, distrust. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mayor Daley. I think he was in. I think he was the. Got. Hey, this is like one of my first spammers. Well, welcome.
Yeah, I see
Yeah.
that. That's wild.
I guess he's got
Is
nothing
that what
better to
happens,
do.
huh?
Doesn't really bother me, but that's fine. Anyway, yeah. So Mayor Daley, I think he was the longest standing mayor in Chicago's history. Not really sure though. Something like that. All right, so that was the last one
Maybe
of those.
so.
But then
Okay.
these are all, this is kind of like the highlight, all examples from George W. Right, all of these are from George W. Right, it will take time.
Okay, great. Let's
It
get
will,
to
it will
these.
take time to restore chaos and order. The law I signed today directs new funds to the task of collecting vital intelligence on weapons of mass production. They have miscalculated.
He's got to work on his nouns, doesn't he?
They have miscalculated me as a leader. His verbs too, right? His verbs too.
His verbs too, right? Yeah. Oh gosh, that's a good one. Yeah, I think that was pretty much true.
I am mindful not only of preserving executive powers for myself, but for predecessors as well. He's going to preserve the powers for his predecessors.
Preserve executive powers for predecessors.
A little bit. You didn't know that he was a time traveler, did you? I mean, yeah.
I guess not, because his predecessors are way before him.
Yeah.
He was a time traveler. You're right.
But this next one is telling here. We need an energy bill that encourages consumption.
Oh no.
This one is famous. The last one I think is probably the most famous. We cannot let terrorists and rogue nations hold this nation hostile or hold our allies hostile. Yes, don't hold us hostile.
Don't hold us hostile. Oh my gosh, he actually said these things.
Amazing. He actually said these things. Yep.
Oh my God. Interesting. Yeah.
Well, somehow he managed to squeeze out 8 years as our leader. So I guess he had plenty of time. Yeah. So Malpropisms. I thought these were pretty funny. Yeah.
Those are really good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job, Dan. Yeah. Nice job.
So what
makes someone proficient in a language? I mean, like something you can see and listen to as a gauge for second language proficiency.
Oh, second language proficiency.
And I always thought, like, if you can kind of argue with someone or make your point strongly in a second language, you're doing pretty well, right? Do you have anything that strikes you as along those lines?
What makes you proficient in a language?
Or kind of gets to the proficiency. Of course, there's many benchmarks. Proficiency, but if you can do kind of a sort of skill in a second language, what would that be for you?
For me, I mean, I guess I don't know. I look at proficiency as just basic, being able to function in society. Just carrying out basic functions. Without the need for translation or assistance from outside parties. If you can conduct if you can work and take care of your home and do, the type of, the maintenance tasks that are required, like filing your taxes and this, that, and the other thing. I mean, yeah, then you're proficient in the language. If you can't do that,
Okay.
if you can't live without without outside assistance, I wouldn't really call that proficient.
Right. Absolutely not. No, I agree. Yeah, if you can conduct general business, and as Eleanor says, when you start dreaming in a second language, perhaps so. That's interesting. And if you can sort of carry your weight in a kind of, putting your opinions out there too, and that might be even a little bit more than general proficiency. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That might be a little bit higher on the scale.
Yeah.
You can sort of argue with someone or make your points known. Yeah.
So this
language. Yeah. Okay, Spoonerisms. Okay, this is an error in which corresponding consonants, vowels, or morphemes are switched.
Okay.
Okay, between two words or two or three words in a phrase. Okay, and this sometimes happens naturally. Right. Sometimes, most likely happens naturally. Right, and we're not aware of it until after we say it. For example, is it customary to cuss the bride? Is one
okay.
Example.
All right.
As opposed to, is it customary to kiss the bride?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's things like this. Yeah. The Lord is a shoving leopard, as opposed to the Lord is a loving shepherd.
Right. Okay.
A blushing crow, a crushing blow. Okay.
A blushing crow. Yeah. So okay.
Crow.
Is it necessary that they are words when, because that one, what was that, kissing and
customary? Yeah. No, it doesn't have to be a word. It just has to be switched.
Okay.
But switched orderly, right? It can't be, confusingly switched or mismatched.
Okay.
Right. So yeah. So it's like one syllable being switched with another, or certain morphemes being switched with others.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Interestingly, right? Yeah. It's hard to come up with them just off the spur of the moment here, I think. But another example is a well-boiled icicle.
What? And that should be.
Can you get that one?
A well-boiled
icicle.
Well-boiled icicle.
I'll give you a hint. If you're
a well-oiled
thing, you're almost there. Yes.
A well-oiled bicycle.
Yes, a well-oiled bicycle.
Okay. I've never even heard of a well-oiled bicycle. I've heard of a well-oiled machine, but well-oiled bicycle. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well-oiled bicycle. Yeah. Okay.
Here's another one. Is the bean dizzy?
Is the bean dizzy?
Eleanor has a good one here too, if you notice, right?
Bass backwards.
Which right? We've heard that one a million times, sure, right?
Oh, and then okay, so my absolute favorite of all time is Po Buddy's Nerfect.
What?
Nobody's
perfect.
Po Buddy's Nerfect. That's right. That's from The Good Place.
Yeah.
You haven't watched the entire Good Place yet, obviously. Otherwise, that would have stood out in your mind. Yeah. Po Buddy's Nerfect.
I have it. Yeah. What season and episode are you on?
Which time? I mean, I've watched the whole thing about 4 times now. So.
Oh wow, the whole show.
Yeah, all 4 seasons.
Woo! Yeah. Yep. Oh, okay. I got to get busy then.
Yeah, it's
get busy.
I mean, sure, the creator, sure, what's his name? Michael Schur, is it? Yeah, I mean, he's amazing, and I think this is the best thing he's ever done.
What else has he done?
Sure, he was Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I think, was his, and
okay.
Parks and Recreation, I believe, was his, and
that was a good show. Yeah, I watched a few of those.
Yeah, I want to watch that because I haven't seen very many of them. I haven't watched the whole season of that, so I want to watch that, but I can't find it.
Really? Huh? It's not on Prime.
I don't think so. I'll have to check again, but I don't think so. I was looking for it and couldn't find it. So
You might want to just try YouTube, see what's on there.
yeah, yeah.
You'd be surprised sometimes. Some of these do show up on YouTube.
Mm, uh,
Okay, did you get that one? Is the bean dizzy?
yeah. Is the dean busy? Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
You guys are
Someone
just
is
picnicking.
occupying my pie.
Is
Picnicking.
what?
Yeah, there you go. Picnic. There you go.
Picnicking.
Someone is just occupying my pie. Please sew me to another sheet.
Please show me to
Someone
another
is
seat.
occupying my pie. Please
Occupying
sew
my
me
pew.
to right, occupying my pew.
Oh, so
Please show
that one
me
they
to
switched.
another seat.
That one they switched the order of the words.
They did, yes, right.
Occupying my pew, or no, occupying my pew, occupying my pie. Occupying.
Yeah, they kind of switched
Occupying. So it's not just
the
the first
ing
letter.
phrase there too.
Yeah.
No, it's not just the first letter, right?
Yeah. So that was a little more
And
jumbled.
it was exactly. That one is just like a collection of morphemes. Yeah,
Mm.
it's not even like a whole part of the word. You have hissed all my mystery lectures. You have tasted a whole worm. Please leave Oxford on the next town drain.
on the next town drain.
Town drain.
On the next.
You have hissed all my mystery lectures. You have tasted.
Yeah, you've missed
Please
all my history lectures. Please, yeah.
Right.
But the last one.
Yeah. You have wasted a whole term.
Down train.
Please leave Oxford on the next down train.
Down train.
That must be British, yeah.
I guess, yeah. The next down train.
British
okay.
Usage. I'm not.
Yeah, obviously Oxford. So I guess it is British, but yeah, that's not a phrase I'm familiar with. Yeah.
No, me neither. Yeah.
The next down train. Yeah.
Yeah, these are cool. These are really good. Yeah.
Good morning, Jeff and Daniel. Blessings to both of you in every area of your lives. Very interesting exchange you both are having. Yeah, we try. Thank you.
Thank you. There's Edward. It's been a while to see Edward around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. Okay, great. Thank you, Edward. You too.
Let's see. What do we got here?
Shilliam Wakespeare.
That
works.
Yep, absolutely.
Shilliam Wakespeare. In that case, I'm Mefjaro. And you're Mandiner.
Mandiner. Yeah. I mean, mine almost makes sense. Mandiner. Yep.
It does. Mandiner. Mefjaro does not have any sense whatsoever.
Well, neither do you. So
that almost makes sense. Let's go to let's start a diner, Dan. It'll be Mandiner.
Mandiner. Yep. There we go. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Here's a few more.
All right.
Tease my ears.
Tease my ears. Ease my tears.
Yep. Good. You're just telling me a lack of pies, man.
Pack of lies.
Lack of pies. Yeah.
Arc ardor.
It's roaring with pain.
Roaring with pain. Pouring rain. Okay.
Yeah, it's pouring with rain.
Pouring with rain.
And then don't forget to wave the sails.
Save the whales. Yes. But pouring with rain.
Right.
Do you say pouring with rain? I just say it's pouring rain outside.
Yeah, I just say pouring.
So that's why that threw me off for just a second there, because pouring with rain.
Yeah, this is actually BBC website.
Well, those Brits. I mean, the Brits, they don't know how to speak their own language. I tell you.
I'm telling all the Brits we know that you said that.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Here we go. This week's unanswerable questions, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. All right.
Do chime in. if you want. Do comment, please.
What is the purpose of setting goals if we all die in?
True. Good question. Very good question.
Right now, we are not teaching at all. It is our spring vacation time, or our summer vacation time, not spring vacation.
I was
Summer vacation.
I was just gonna. Yeah, I was just gonna send that to him. Yeah.
Yeah. So setting goals. What's the point? I mean, we're gonna die, and
yeah. I mean, I think it's what you make it, isn't it? We've been through this before, right? I mean, we're gonna die, but I mean, setting goals. It's our lives. You know, we have things that we can do. We've got resources we can use to do a lot of interesting things, and I think it's just up to us, isn't it?
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, you know, there are more ambitious people and less ambitious people in the world, you know, and
Right.
if less ambitious people don't want to do anything, if they don't want to set goals, hey, that's fine, right?
Right on.
They don't have to, right?
Thank you.
You're welcome. I try to set goals now. I mean, when I was a kid, I was pretty mellow, right? Very mellow. I was, you know, had a lot less ambition than I do now. Yeah. But I was very happy, you know, and I think it's just up to the individual.
Yeah.
Right? If that's what, you know, sails your boat, setting goals and accomplishing them.
We have a purpose to contribute to mankind in reaching our goals. We have a purpose. Yeah, we have a purpose, but yeah.
Keep going, Dan. Yeah.
Keep going. I mean, we have a purpose. We have a purpose, but we don't have an obligation.
Okay.
Do we? Do we have an obligation?
No, we don't. I don't think we have an obligation. No.
I mean, clearly, you know, some people who have the resources to to work toward mankind's goals to a very large extent choose not to, right? I mean, you know, people that
exactly what
people that let's take an abstract example or you know, a concrete example of you know somebody might choose to, for example, take a joyride into space, you know, and spend, you know, a few millions of dollars that way rather than, for example, buying vaccines to distribute to poor countries or to provide, you know, clean water to, you know, to places or to provide food, you know, instead they would, you know, so, you know, I'm not naming names at all, you know, but I mean, you know,
oh no, people that... we can't guess who those people are, Dan. Nah. No, but you're right. I know. Well, Eleanor says, you know, Edward said we have a purpose to contribute to mankind in reaching our goals, and Eleanor says, but if we don't reach those goals, then we serve no purpose.
Well, I mean, no,
it's up to us, I think, to determine that, isn't it?
Right. And, I mean, that's the whole thing. I mean, okay, so if I plant a tree, you know, in a place, you know, because I want, you know, for, you know, I plant a tree at my home, you know, now here I'm 61 years old, right? I don't know that I'll ever live to see that tree grow and say it's an apple tree or whatever, grow and bear fruit, right? But I plant that tree now with the idea that, you know, it will benefit people, you know, my family, you know, who move, you know, hopefully my family will live in the same house and be able to partake of the fruit of the tree. You know, even if I don't live to see my family eat the apples, you know, so, you know, I may not be aware that I achieved that goal, you know, of providing, you know, an apple tree that's, you know, actually, I mean, it could get blown down by a tornado or a typhoon or something like that,
right.
You know, but
so it might not have been your essential purpose to contribute to mankind, but you still did.
It was my purpose, but I didn't achieve that purpose necessarily, or I'm not aware that whether I achieved it or not. But still, you know, that, you know, my action was just as valid to me as you know, regardless of what the outcome actually was, because my intention was to do a good or something like that, right? Intentions over
very,
outcomes.
very important.
Yeah,
and very powerful. intentions. Yeah.
So so if your intentions are good, but you do something bad, is it a good act?
Yeah. We kind of touched on this topic a little while ago, I think,
Right.
in
Yeah. Yeah.
on this aspect here. Yeah. Yeah, it's so if you do something bad in the midst of completing something, for which you had good intentions, is that bad or is that negative? Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. Or
It
let's
depends
say,
on what it is, of course.
right. Or let's say, all right, take some weird example. So some guy plans to tunnel into a bank or something like that, right? So he has bad intentions and he's tunneling in, but while he's tunneling, he discovers, for example, some fault under a building, that wouldn't have been discovered, but he finds it out, and under an apartment building next door to the bank that he was tunneling under, he finds that out, and and so
And
he
tell somebody,
tells
and
somebody, and so
yeah,
it prevents
yeah.
the
So
apartment,
it prevents an earthquake
right.
from
So
happening
his
or whatever. Right,
intention
right,
was
right,
to
right, right.
his
Yeah.
intention was to rob the bank, but the actual outcome was that he maybe saved lives by preventing a building from falling down. So, is
Right,
that a
right,
good
right.
act
Yeah.
or a bad act?
Good actor, bad act. Yeah. That'd be a funny movie, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
I'm sure there've been movies with that kind of plot theme to
yeah,
them. Yeah.
yeah,
But that intention is just a thought. So, and I guess that's what intentions are really, right? They're
mm,
just thoughts. They're just kind of drives that you have that, and they don't become action until you act on them, right?
right, right,
So we might never have known that was his intention. We may have in his case because he was tunneling underground. Why would you be tunneling underground, right?
right.
But maybe we wouldn't have known that his intention was to rob the bank. You see?
Yeah, we talked about this before. Yeah, and to me, intentions are only important to the actor. The person
Yeah,
actually,
yeah,
doing that, because other people can only observe the actions, right?
that's
It's
right.
only the person who's actually only the actor knows his internal dialogue, that motivations that spurned him there to malapropria, that spurred him to
Yeah,
do
sure,
those
sure.
things, right? So
Sure,
yeah.
sure, sure. Right. Yeah. I mean, it would have been. That's a good idea for a movie. Yeah, to explore that inner kind of battle with yourself. Like he knew his intentions were bad, right?
I don't believe I have life for a purpose, to serve a purpose. I believe I create and give purpose in life. Right. Yeah, I
Yeah,
believe that
to
too.
all of us.
Yeah, yeah, I totally agree, Eleanor. That it's all internal. We weren't placed here by some intelligent being, in order to fulfill some purpose. That the purpose is totally um, self-created, right? We determine it, self-determined. We determine it ourselves, right?
So
And
it would be interesting, yeah, to explore that, um, to look at that in a movie sense, wouldn't it? The
yeah,
guy would be like, well, my intention was terrible. Oh my God, I'm a terrible person, and then he's getting praised by society.
mm,
Wow,
mm,
you found this fault.
yep,
Look at you, you're amazing.
yep,
And so he has to kind of come to terms with that
yep,
himself. Yeah.
yep.
But it is up to every single one of us, I think.
Yeah. Or the other thing, if somebody has, good intentions, they do this, that, and the other thing. We see all kinds of little comedy skits, where somebody, uh, thinks, sees somebody that he believes is in distress and does something to help them, and then he ends up getting in the way or ruining something that they were trying to do, right? Or for example, a movie set, right? And somebody sees, somebody, being abused by someone, and so they rush in there and save the person who is being attacked, but actually they interrupted the scene of a movie or something like that. So their intention was good, but they actually, did something disruptive, bad.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. It's works in the opposite way too. Exactly.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. All
Sure.
right,
Sure.
enough of
Sure.
that.
Yeah.
Enough of that. How do you know you're not crazy and just hallucinating your whole life?
I don't.
You don't.
Maybe we all are.
Maybe
I
we
think
all
some
are.
people do believe that, right?
Yep.
Uh, again,
I
I
did.
think you have to find that out for yourself.
To me, intentions are a lot like words. They mean nothing without action, right? Yeah. Okay. My intention every day is to add value and to show value to myself and others. Okay.
Hmm, hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Right. Yeah, we all I think we all agree on that. We don't know. I mean, this whole thing, which
We
is
don't
something,
know.
yeah, this is something that, this is an idea that I love, and I've loved this, this idea has just had a fascination. I've had a held a fascination for me, for years and years, uh, elementary school at least. Just the idea that what we are seeing, what we are living is not reality. And that's one of the reasons why I love the movie The Matrix so much. First time I saw it, it was just
Hmm,
like it
hmm.
really struck this chord. It's like, hey, yeah, this that could be, we're all living in this matrix and we don't know it, or some variation of that. I'm in a coma right now, and on life support, and my mind is functioning, living in this dream world, and that I can't wake up from. And so, this reality is actually a dream. It's not reality, and so on. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Totally. Totally, man. Totally.
there have been
Yeah.
a couple of movies that have kind of touched on that. Besides Matrix, there was Repo Man. Did you see Repo Man?
Oh, yeah. That was a
Yeah.
great movie. Yeah.
Remember at the end when he ends up, being in that state. His friend buys him whatever, I can't even remember the details of it now, but buys him some kind of a device or some kind of a service or something like that. So he's just like in this perpetual, bliss or whatever type of situation. Yeah. Crazy is
Right.
relative. Hey, don't talk about my relatives that way. Yes, my relatives are crazy. Yes, relatives are crazy. Not crazy as relative. Relatives are crazy. Yes. Um,
Yeah. Right. Are they relatively crazy?
they are no, they are absolutely
Not
crazy.
relatively. Absolutely crazy. Okay,
Absolutely.
there you
Yeah.
go.
Um, and then that Black Mirror episode. What was that one? The woman who kept going into this. It's like for
Yeah.
people could instead of dying, they could pass over into this. There's some like the name of a town. Look, some California the sounding town. I can't remember what it was. There was a Black Mirror episode like that. Do you remember it?
No, I don't remember that one.
Okay.
No.
And some woman.
Sounds interesting though. Is
Yeah.
it the first season? Maybe you watched more than
No,
I did.
no, it was the second or third season. Yeah. Yeah, the last season I hated. I couldn't get into those at all. After the last season, what was that? Season 4 or 5, maybe, I can't remember whether it was 4 or 5 season, whatever it was.
I didn't
The
watch
last one,
that far.
the last
Yeah.
one, there were only 3 episodes, and I was so happy because they all looked like that. I had to watch them
Oh,
because it was
really?
Black
Okay.
Mirror, but they were bad. I didn't like
Really?
them at
Okay. I'm
all.
glad I know that.
Yeah.
Didn't watch the last 2 seasons actually. Yeah.
Not watched any of it. Oh, so Black Mirror. My take on it. The first season is absolutely great. The very first episode, season 1, episode 1, is a little bit hard
Is
to
that
palate. That's the one. That's yeah.
Yeah, is that the one with the
Yeah.
prime minister?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Okay.
That's the one. And
No spoilers, but you
right.
got to watch it, Eleanor, if you
Yeah,
can. Yeah.
I mean that one actually. I don't recommend that one. I mean, that one's goes just a little bit too far for me. I mean, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I felt like they
Yeah.
did
Maybe it's
that just
better
to see
not
how
to.
far they could push the envelope, right? I mean, it was, but
Yeah, I don't think they needed to go that far, actually, right?
right, yeah, I didn't think so
Yeah.
either, but
Yeah.
um, yeah, that's the only episode I watched and was turned off. Yeah. Now that, yeah, I had heard enough about it beforehand, and I watched that. And if that, if I had watched it real time, and I had to wait a week before I could watch the next one, I'm not sure if I would have tuned in again when the next episode came out. Really, after the first episode of Black Mirror. But I'm glad that I stuck it out and watched it. There are at least a half a dozen episodes that I think are really good.
Yeah. Really? Okay. I'll have to give it another chance. Nick,
What's
and
the
continue
one?
watching. Yeah.
What's the one
I
with
watched the last one I saw was about the video game, right? And there
Oh,
was a guy playing, and he got. Isn't that Black Mirror?
right? Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I can't remember.
Okay.
I can never remember the names of the episodes. Yeah, that one was pretty good. I really liked what was the one Metalhead or something like that. The one with the mechanical dog.
Yes, I do remember that one.
That's one of my favorites. I mean, it's not exactly a happy, uplifting episode, but it's one of my all-time favorites. I like that one. Yeah, that yeah, I like that. But so anyway, Black Mirror. If you've only watched the first one, I would say give it another shot. Most of the rest.
Maybe I watched up until episode 3.
Yeah,
on the first season, I think. Okay. Yeah, I didn't really continue with it.
Oh man, yeah, it's great. It's great. Yeah, the first 2 seasons are really good. The third season's good. I can't remember. I think there were 5 seasons. I think. I think there were 5. Maybe there were only 4, but I think there were 5. And the 5th season was only 3 episodes. It was terrible. But anyway. So enough of hallucinating. Let's see. Jeff, did you arrive at this point in your life because you willed it, or because you were destined to be here? Right. Yeah. I'm sorry.
There's free will, right? So I didn't necessarily free will it, nor was I destined to be here where I am exactly right now either. I think I don't believe in either one of those 100%, right? I think it's, a series of small decisions kind of let you go where you need to be in life, kind of. So in a sense, that might be destiny.
Right.
I think I kind of followed the path of least resistance, or things that I was good at or attuned to, and made decisions based on that.
I think,
little decisions. Yeah.
By my definition of path of least resistance, I think that absolutely always follows the resistance.
Pardon? You got cut off. Say that again.
I think that everybody 100% always resistance. Because
I think it's true.
Part of that resistance is your own thought processes, right? Your own motivations, right? So I had a conversation with a mutual friend of ours, and he comes from where did he come? Somewhere in California. Anyway,
okay.
And so a nice place in California, and a relatively well-off family and so on. And he chose to leave that to come to Japan, and he's got a place in Thailand and so on, and I said, and I made my, my
hey, I know who you're talking about.
Right. Yeah.
Sorry.
I said, yeah, I said, yeah, we all follow the path of the least resistance. He said, well, I didn't, it was hard for me to do this and do that. And I said, well, yeah, there were outside influences that are outside obstacles that you had to overcome, but your inner desire to challenge yourself was also, that's a motivation for you to go against your own desire to challenge yourself, would have been a path of greater resistance. You weren't able to do that. No one can go against what the internal pressures that push them in a certain direction. So we just,
I think that's not a good term. Path of least resistance, right? Because
Mm.
just like he thought, many people would think like, well, why did this person, if they're starting a business, why did they go through all this hard time, right? All this blood, sweat, and tears, and having little money, right? If it's least resistance, but that's what they wanted to do. They were craving that, right? That was their whole impetus for living, basically. So I think you have to take that into consideration too, right?
Yep. Yep.
It's
Absolutely.
not least resistance as in being easy, right?
Oh,
That has to
good
be
night,
clarified.
Edward.
It's least, yeah, it's least resistance as in kind of doing what you love to do, doing what you want to do, and going through, as you said, right, all the little obstacles that you need to go through to get there.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. You just live and you end up where you end up.
Yeah, right.
You do. Yeah.
I didn't will it to be here. I just got comfortable with being uncomfortable, and here's where I am now. There you go, right?
That's right. That's
As
right.
Eleanor says.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
Do you have
Absolutely.
maybe one more or so, Dan? I'm
I
gonna
think
have
so.
to. I got a
Are we
few
living?
things I
Are
need
we
to do.
living or slowly dying?
Yeah, I think we're slowly dying
Yeah. So
physically,
yeah.
but I think you can still live in that. I mean, as living is enjoying your life and doing what you want to do and achieving goals if that's your thing.
Yeah.
But we are slowly dying, aren't we?
Yeah. So
Physically, we're
when do
slightly
we
getting
start
to.
dying? I mean, when do we
Mhm,
start
mhm.
dying? I mean, dying because some of our cells are dying. We're dying.
Slowly. I mean, rejuvenate cells to a degree.
Right.
But then, yeah, when do we start not rejuvenating? I think there is a time limit on that. There's a time frame concerned with that. I'm not exactly sure. I'm going to look that up. Not sure. Maybe in your 50s, perhaps. After 55 years, the body seriously starts to lose the grip on DNA, right? And which increases risks of diseases and whatnot. So anyway, according to this website, sciencenordic.com, that's what they say.
Uh huh.
We lose control of our DNA at age 55, and then our bodies are born to die, and that decay starts to kick in after we have turned 55.
55.
This is the point at which our DNA starts to degenerate, which increases the risk of developing cancer.
Hmm.
Right. So I don't know. They put a numerical, an age there. I guess they've studied it. I really don't know. Uh, I haven't read the whole article, so that's the first paragraph.
Mm. So until
But yeah,
55,
yeah.
so 55 is the top of the hill, then I guess, right? Okay. So you're basically
According to this article, yes, that's
yeah.
right. I've reached the precipice.
Yeah,
I'm 2 years over that.
yeah,
So yeah,
you've passed your peak there,
I've passed the peak, baby.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
isn't good health just a slower rate at which to die?
I think
Yeah,
it is.
right. Yeah, you're just dying
It is,
slower.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
like dying more slowly and putting it off. I think that's what you're doing, right? Dan, you're what, 61 now?
61.
So
Yep,
you passed that 6 years ago. Wowza.
yep, yep. Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. So Dan, I just want to this is a different note, but I watched your little movie, the take on Castaway, the other day on Facebook.
Uh-huh.
So what you got an app to replace your face on the
Right,
video? I've
right.
seen those a
Yeah,
couple of times, but
yeah, yeah. Those are kind of fun. Some of them, it depends on who the character is. Some of them look better than others. That one, even in that Castaway video that I did, there were some scenes that I thought kind of looked like me, but a lot of them it was just like it looked more like Tom Hanks than it did me, I thought. But
Yeah, some of those were quite Tom's Hankish.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was quite funny.
Yeah. Yeah. What was I going to say? Good health.
Good, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Yes.
so that
Yeah.
is.
Thank you for watching, everyone. Great. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
There were some good questions there. There's some nicely done stuff today. Yeah.
You hated the movie? You hated my movie?
Eleanor hated the movie.
Oh, you hated
Yeah,
Castaway.
Dan was in that movie.
Yeah,
that means you hated Dan.
Oh no.
No.
She hates me. Yeah, Castaway was, yeah, I mean,
so,
yeah.
That's right. I wanted to ask you, could you choose which movie to kind of do that with, or do they have different scenes on the app, or how does that work?
Yeah, they have different clips that you can choose from. You can't just choose your own clip and do it. There are certain ones that you can choose from, which it makes it kind of interesting. Let's see. Probably.
Yeah, there you go. Ooh.
Oh, that's my phone going off here because people are chatting to me.
People are are they? Okay, yeah, they're chatting to you. There's a few more chats. She hated that movie, but she loves you. Don't worry, Dan.
Yeah. Just a second. If I can just setting go. All right. And let's see. What was that? All right. Let's see. Here, let me share this real quick. I thought this was kind of interesting.
Do share. I know that movie. The GF man, the Godfather. Actually, you're good. There you go. I think you should stick the chin out a little bit more. But it works.
I thought this one came out pretty good, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I kind of like it better than Castaway, actually.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
This one's definitely more iconic.
Yes.
Yeah, you should upload it tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. I'm gonna have to hit the road.
All right,
and I'm gonna download that app. What's it called again?
I don't know. I gotta figure out what it is. Yeah. I can't remember. Maybe it's Reface or something like that, but I'm not sure.
I think that's what you have on there. Yeah, Reface. Yeah. Great.
Oh yeah, Reface app. There it is. Reface, made with Reface app.
Reface. Whoa. Yep. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, you kind of look like a couple other friends of mine. Yeah, it's a conglomeration with that. Actually, you look like several other people I know. Actually,
there's an actor. I can't remember the guy's name, but there's an actor that looks like this. I can't remember the guy's name. He's not like I mean, he's been in a lot of stuff, but he's not like he's not like a Tom Cruise or Tom Hanks or that level. But yeah, you see him quite a bit. Yeah, I'll have to figure out who it is. But when I saw this, it's like, oh, I look more like so and that other guy than I look like myself or the Godfather, either one. So anyway, yeah. All right, so yeah,
great.
We're out of here.
Thanks everyone for watching.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Thanks, Eleanor.
Catch you next time. Thanks,
You know who I'm
Omar.
talking
Thanks,
about? Yeah.
Edward.
See, don't I? I look like that guy, right? I look like him, right? Yeah. But
Yeah.
I can't remember the guy's name. You know, if I see him in a movie, I'm gonna have to check the. You know, I don't even know how to look for him.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you look for a face that you know, right? How do you look for a face?
Yeah. That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, thanks everybody. Bye bye.